Hello, everybody. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we've got quite a bit of tea. That is no exaggeration here. You know me, I like to back the tea up. Every once in a while, we just get some tea, and we're like, bring it back here. Place it right here. Yeah, and everyone says, do you really want tea?
Do you want a spot of tea?
Yes, of course. I would love some tea.
Very nice. So we've got it for you there. The tea it is, and we have Corinne versus Demi. Now, Corinne accuses Demi of being a poser. I mean, she doesn't hold back. I'm just going to play the clip for you guys. It's on the She's All Batch podcast. Do me a favor. Follow me on Instagram at DNeals here, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. We just hit 52,000 subscribers, and we have 3,000+ on the other channel if you want to go check that out too. The Dave Neal Show for non-Bachelor related content. And of course, patreon.com/Dave Neal is where we are hosting this live stream right now. So if you want to watch the behind the scenes of how we made this thumbnail, I think we did a good job. If you want to learn how to make Photoshop, just come hang out with me. We're listening to James Brown. We're chilling. All right, She's All Batch is the podcast. We love She's All Batch. The ladies, Stephanie and Jackie, do a great job on this podcast. And boy, did they get some information out of Corinne. Let's just play what Corinne has to say, and then I will show some photos as we listen to it, because this part's audio only. And then afterwards, we'll play this video clip. Where is it? We'll play this video clip of what Corinne had to say about other beefs that she's a part of. So if you don't remember Corinne, she's the multimillionaire's daughter who came from it all to be on The Bachelor. On Nick Viall season. And then Demi is sort of like Corinne's polar opposite blonde lookalike who came from nothing, and Demi seems to be the more likable one here in my eyes, but I'm not here to take sides, Team Demi. All right, what team are you on? Let me know after you listen. Let's have a listen.
Sure enough, it just turned around so quickly, and I became like a lot of girls, spirit animals, and, girls were looking up to me, and, it was really, really cool.
Yeah, no, you were like iconic. It was so nice watching you, and someone being like so outspoken and not giving a fuck is like, that's what that show needs. And no one's done it like you since. I'm sure you would agree with that.
I know. I actually heard from a couple producers that I was friends with on the show, like since my season, they were casting, like Demi was casted to be another Corinne Olympias. So they were trying to get more Corinnes after. Right. It hasn't been done the same. And
breaking news, folks. They cloned Corinne to form Demi. Oh, come on.
I think that's actually how the show went downhill for a little bit.
Downhill.
I haven't watched this season, but I heard that it's getting back to its normal roots, where it's like more of like a love season, which is cool. But I think they tried to...
Yeah, the show went downhill because of them trying to replicate Corinne. It wasn't because they cast Colton Underwood. It wasn't because Peter was flinging his his Peter Piper in everyone's windmills. No. It's because they tried to replicate Corinne's goddessness. Spirit animal.
Take the Corinne comedic route too hard, too quickly after me. And it just didn't work. You can't... There's no other me.
No,
good.
There's not. And when it's not
organic... I'm saying this lightly. All right, Corinne's great. Good for her. But like, there's no other me. How tone deaf. Very entitled.
You can tell. And when they're purposely casting people to fill that role, it's not going to work the same. And you bring up Demi because she came right after you, right? Or 2 seasons
and then
or something.
She came down in a robe and was like doing things that I did. And I'm like, okay, like this is too much. Like do your own thing if you want to be funny. I'm right. Like, I wasn't even trying, but if
Did you hear that Demi tried to kiss the lead on her season? Ugh, what a copycat.
We're trying to be funny, like do something different than I did.
Yeah. Did you ever talk to her? Or did she?
Hey, Demi, do something different than Corinne did and be self-made.
Did you ever reach out?
Hey, look, you can't blame people if they come for money. It's just funny. We'll get into all that.
No, I kind of was like a hater on her. I think she DM'd me and she's like, from one iconic girl to the next, like so excited for you to see me on the season or something. And I was just like, ew.
That's such a cringy thing to say.
And then she saw like how much I was hating on her on my Instagram and she unfollowed me. So
well, again, I don't know. I mean, I'd love to hear what you guys think. I don't want my opinion to skew yours. And why are we judging women? Well, kind of because Corinne just made this into a beef. She brought this beef back. And I don't know. I feel like Demi's like, I feel like most of the women from Demi's seasons really like Demi versus, I don't know if we can say that about Corinne. I mean, we look back, and we'll play the rest of this clip in a second, but we look back at Corinne here. Here's what Corinne Olympios does for a living. She just seems to be sort of like a Miami socialite. And again, hey, who am I to judge? I'm here recapping the show. show. Multi-million-dollar company she manages, and she wants all of Bachelor Nation to hear it. On episode 4 of the season, Corinne and the other women, particularly 23-year-old mental health counselor Taylor Nolan, get into a fight over Bachelor Nick Viall. Corinne says, listen, I'm not an idiot. I run a multi-million-dollar company, and I'm not an idiot. So stop treating me like an idiot, Taylor. And of course, we have some comments from our chat here in the Patreon. Susan says, you have to be likable to get by if you don't have money. That is very true. And then Susan also says, anyone who has to tell you that they are not an idiot is probably an idiot. Well, there you go, folks. I mean, that sounds pretty accurate to me. So here they are, if you remember this, the iconic Uber pool ride, Taylor Nolan and Corinne Olympios. I mean, the only way Corinne came out looking good is because she was compared to Taylor Nolan. You know what I mean? A real tour de force of unlikability, these two. All right, let's finish off this dumpster here. I was going to say dumpster fire. I didn't mean she's a dumpster. Jeez, I'm already apologetic here. Either way, the point is that I like the conversation. And I like that they're having it. So go listen to the whole thing. And I also do like that Corinne's being open. It's not like I'm trying to say don't share your story. I just think it's funny. And I'm seeing Demi as the little man here. So I got to stick up for all DDs, Demis. Demi
so
means
you
half.
still hate her today?
I don't hate her. I just think it's like you're a poser.
I mean,
Wow.
if it's Corinne versus Demi, like, I don't know anyone that would choose. Like, I just don't. That's just not even a fair comparison.
All right, we need to get a poll going with the She's All Bachelor ladies. So they're saying they don't know anyone who would choose Demi over Corinne. Let me know what you guys think.
Her on my Instagram and shit.
I kind of feel like we wax poetic about Corinne. Like we look at her and we remember like this amazing thing. But I think if we watched it back, we'd be like, all right, I don't know. It's almost like the show. Remember Paris Hilton and what's her friend's name there? What was it? What was that show that they did where they would just like go camping and do normal people things? Boy, I can't remember it. I'm sure a million people will comment on it. Either way, it's like that. It's like watching Paris Hilton be so delusional to not know what Walmart was. Remember, she was like, "Is that what you buy walls or whatever?" So that's kind of what it was like watching Corinne interact with other people because it's like Corinne had a nanny on the show and this and that.
No, I kind of was like a hater on her. I think she DM'd me and she's like, from one iconic girl to the next, like so excited for you to see me on the season or something. And I was just like, ew.
That's such a cringy thing.
It's just because
Hold on.
like Bachelor and ABC. And I'm just like, it's not like we're past paradise. So we can get over it. It's fine, you know?
Wait, I'm sorry. Are you talking about how they are with you now, today?
Yeah. And just like, I don't know. I just feel like it's weird.
Oh, you have a weird relationship with them now?
Not really a weird relationship. Like I have nothing against them. I think they're more just like against me because of the whole thing, even though like, whatever. I can't really talk about it.
Going back, so your popularity was like...
I feel like Bachelor contestants hide behind contracts. Now, of course, there are things they can't talk about, but she's like, they don't really like me anymore. It's like, well, maybe it's because they used you as a commodity for the show and then they're moving on to the next one. And you're going to get bitterness. This happens with every contestant, right? When their time's up on the show and they don't get the same love from the show, they kind of go. And again, I'm not a huge hater of, like I said, I'm not a huge hater of Corinne. Corinne's just coming in hard, calling Demi a poser. So I'm speaking as power attorney of influence on behalf of Demi.
A crazy, crazy level as the show was airing. You went on the Ellen show like before Nick and Vanessa was even doing their like media tour. They invited you on first. Since that though, people have come out and spoken out about how like Ellen has been a little uncomfortable with certain people and the vibes on that set is a little awkward. Like, how was your experience?
Well, it's funny you say that because I was just talking about this the other day. Just like I was right with Taylor, I was right about Ellen. No one ever wants to listen to me when I'm right about people. I was talking about this on the Morning Toast with Claudia Austria. I was like, she made me feel really fucking uncomfortable. And everyone was like, oh my God, it's Ellen. Like, you're such a bitch, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, here we go. You'll see later.
All right, well, hey, credit to Corinne here. Like I said, Broken Clock is right twice a day. So she called out Taylor, and she was right. And she called out Ellen, and she was right. Apparently, Ellen's had some issues with, not being too likable with her staff.
I'm always right. I'm always right about people. It's so funny.
So what was the vibe on set?
It's been so long since I even talked about it. I don't know. It was just uncomfortable vibes. It was super weird.
Okay, well, she's not willing to dish. That's fine. So let's just listen to the other clip that she had here. And again, go to She's All Batch on Instagram. Give them a like, follow. Let them know you heard them on our channel and listen to the full thing. They're doing good work over there. We're going to get the ladies of She's All Batch on our channel soon. So just hang tight. It'll be a nice, fun collaboration.
That day was such a shit show. They just like completely threw me into the situation. I was so mad.
And then all of a sudden, everyone's crying.
She made me feel really fucking uncomfortable. And I was like, what are you talking about? I really felt like against me they are. Like they refuse to like have me associated with them at all.
You know
Very victim-y right now.
what happened between Rachel and Raven?
I do know what happened. It is juicy. I think I could have had a relationship with Nick. I think I probably would have been the best fit.
So she says, so this whole idea about what happened between Raven and Rachel, no one's talking about it. No one knows how they, had their falling out. And she doesn't share it, but she says she does know, and it is juicy. So here's her thoughts on Nick Viall, who, of course, is now in another relationship.
Fit for him.
Which is funny because Corinne was seen as, like, super young on the show. And I'm not here to knock Nick, right? But Corinne, how old is Corinne? Let's see how old she is. How old is Corinne Olympios? She's got to be, 26 now? Oh, she's 30, really? So she's 30, and then Nick's 40. And so on Nick's season, she was considered kind of young for him, right? Or he's 41, right? So now he's dating someone. Okay, it's irrelevant. You can do the math. Okay, let's go back here.
He is a really good kisser. We made out for like a long time.
If he were single, would you ever want to like hang out?
I
In
mean,
a perfect world, he's single. Would you?
I would give him a chance. I will be dating on TV again. I will say that.
All right, so
That
she
day
will
was
be
such
dating
a
on TV
shit.
again. She will say that, and she said, "Hey, Nick, if you were single, I'd give you another shot." So here's Corinne. She's obviously, this was a few years ago or earlier this year. It's been a few years since she's been on the show. So hey, good for her. She's doing her own thing. She's running her life. Got a fun Instagram account. But you can't knock. You can't knock her for the privilege that she kind of came with, managing a multi-million-dollar company at the, early 20s or whatever. I'm all about people doing their own thing, and I think I would appreciate that more in Corinne if, this is actor, what are we talking about? I would appreciate that more in Corinne if she wasn't there kind of stomping on Demi, who Demi just seemed like she wanted to be like, hey girl, like we've been in the same shoes, whatever. And Corinne kind of seems like the senior in high school who's like, don't talk to me, bitch. It kind of feels like one of those vibes. So there's Corinne. And then, but both of them are like living their best life, being their sexy body positivity self, which, I can respect. But again, if I had to choose which person I'm going to if I had to spend a weekend fishing with either one of them, I might choose Demi. I think I can relate more to the lower middle class lifestyle than someone who was lifestyle of the rich and the famous. And there's no offense, but I just can't imagine we would get off on great convo, if you know what I mean. All right, folks, let me know what you guys think. But hey, no hate to either one of them. Will be interesting to see if Demi does respond. Let's actually right now, before we get out of here, just search Demi and see it, because Demi is quick to respond. So let's search Demi and see if she's said anything regarding this. Lamarda next year is not 10 years high school reunion. She hasn't said anything about it. Well, we'll let you know. You know where to find that info out. Do me a favor, give me a like for this video, because this took me 3 years to make this thumbnail. It's very nice. If you want to see how we put it all together, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. Watch the live streams, and we're going to have more non-Bachelor related content coming your way on the Dave Neal Show. So stick around. That video is going to be up next. Bye, everybody.